ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. A very warm welcome to entire Sangat in today's talk. Every week we are trying to understand different Gurbani topics, what Gurbani teaches us about different things. Discrimination is our topic for today. So today we'll try to understand few things. Today we'll try to understand what is discrimination and why people do this. Why are we doing it? Then we'll try to find out in the light of Gurbani how to deal with it, and we'll try to understand few things on the basis of history. In the Sikhism, what happened related to this and our current situation, our governments, social life and other people, how society is working on it. If we are still doing it, if we are still doing discrimination in the society with the people, then what Gurbani says about it. If we are doing it, what kind of words does Gurbani uses for us? So discrimination is when we treat differently with people. Although we are saying all are one, all are just creation of the Lord, of the God, but we treat differently. Maybe sometimes we misbehave just because of different gender, or maybe he belongs to different religion, or maybe because of language, his skin color, and the most dangerous, and this discrimination is happening on the largest scale is on the basis of caste. So even if we take a look on the history part, things were just happening from the beginning about gender, male and female. Whenever male had more power, she always tried to dominate women on the basis of religion. One religion tried to put some pressure on another religion's people. They tried to improve, they tried to show that yes, my religion is best and all other religions are not good. And same happened with the language, and we have seen much cruelty in the history on the basis of color, skin color. On this based, lot of cruelty has happened in the history. And even in one country, even in the same country, caste was also the main reason, and a lot of people has suffered because of different caste. Guru Nanak Sahib Ji came in the time of Guru Nanak Sahib Ji. People used to call to women, they used to say it's a gate of hell. These kind of words they were using for a female, for women. But on that time, Guru Nanak Sahib Ji said, "So kyo manda akhiya, jit jamme rajan." Why do you call bad? From her, kings are born. You respect a lot to a king, to an artist. But from where they are getting birth? From a woman. So definitely, Guru Nanak Sahib Ji, once we'll go through the Gurbani, or we can say all gurus focused a lot on discrimination. In the Gurbani, in the history, because whenever we talk about gurus, there are two things which we talk about. One is what did they say? What were their words? Another is history. what they did. So we can divide in two different parts. What was the message by the words? What message did they convey by their actions? So Guruji said, "So kyo manda kiye? Why you are saying bad?" So on the gender, even Guruji said, women is superior. You must respect. And then, even if we take a look on the caste system, these panktis are in Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Here, Bhagat Namdev Ji expressed himself, what happened with him, just because of different caste. People were so cruel with the different caste. Discrimination, because of discrimination, a lot of humanity has suffered. We may say, or we must say, discrimination has ruined the garden of humanity. Because of it, lot of people has suffered, killed, died. A lot of things has happened. So religion teaches us about oneness. Discrimination is like a venom in the society, and it is going on from the long time. Now, here is Bhagat Namdev Ji. Bhagat Namdev Ji. He's saying, "Hasat khelat tere dehre aya, Bhagat karat nama pakar uthaya." Bhagat Namdev Ji went to a temple. The picture that you can see, this is a temple which is in Maharashtra. Bhagat Namdev Ji went to this temple and he started praying. Then what happened? Bhagat karat. Bhagat means when he was reciting the name of the Lord. Bhagat karat, he was doing it. Nama, Nama is a name, Bhagat Namdev. Pakar uthaya. Pakar means grabbed. So then some other people hold Bhagat Namdev Ji, grabbed him, driven out of a temple. But why did they do this? What was the reason? Bhagat Namdev Ji himself telling us, "Hinadi jaat meri jaadim raya, छिपे के जन्म काहे को आया." Hinadi, because I belong to a lower caste. Bhagat Namdev Ji is telling us, "Hinadi jaat, lower caste, meri jaadim raya." And which caste? Chipe ke janam. Chipe, the one who drive fabrics. In Punjabi, we say lilari. So lilari, the one who put colors on the clothes. So they're called chimpe. Chipe ke janam kahe ko aaya? Why did I born in this caste? Now Bhagat Namdev Ji is complaining to Lord. Because of my caste, people won't allow me, don't want me to enter in a temple. I can't worship just because of caste. Then why did you give me a birth in this caste, my Lord? I was happy, I was smiling, I was so excited to recite your name. Hasat khelat tere dehure aya. So Guru Nanak Sahib, Gurbani, not only talked about oneness, even practically we can see it. Bhagat Namdev Ji, the one who was not allowed to enter in a temple, now Bhagat Namdev Ji is sitting with Guru Nanak Sahib in Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Every day when we bow down to Guru Granth Sahib Ji, definitely we are giving respect to Bhagat Namdev Ji as well. And Guruji did not look at his caste, did not look at his work. Because in our society, we have a lot of criteria. We always want to separate people. So Hinadi Jat, and it was happening from long time. So this is one of the biggest disease. So Gurbani in the history, by the Gurbani, Guruji is just teaching us again and again so that we can get rid of this discrimination. So here also, the one who was not allowed in the temple, but his Bani, his Gurbani is written in Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and every day, whenever we go down, we are giving respect and equal respect to all the Bhagats, not based on religion or caste or anything else. And we can see even in our concepts, it is also just to get or just giving us more power so that we can get rid of discrimination. Pangat. Pangat is langar. We are sitting together, all together. So here also, in the Pangat, no one asks to which caste do you believe? How much money do you have? What is your status in the society? Male or female? So Gurbani, our values, our concepts, just teaching us again and again about the oneness. And discrimination is really a biggest disease. It's ruining our society, ruining our humanity, ruining our spiritual life as well. So the concept of Pangat is again giving the same message, no discrimination. Here, anyone and everyone can sit, everyone can serve. Even if someone wants to serve, someone wants to do seva, no one is going to ask to which religion do you believe? What is your caste? No one. Male or female, lower caste or upper caste, rich or poor. And it happened not only for normal people, we can say, on the time of Guru Amar Das Ji, third Guru, King Akbar came to Goindwal Sahib to meet third Guru Shri Guru Amar Das Ji. But on that time also Guruji said, Pehla Pangat, Pache Sangat. So after this we'll discuss the point of Sangat as well. So Pehla Pangat. So there was no special food for King Akbar. There was no special food arrangement for this king. There was no special, some Sevadas was sent to him for him as a special treatment or as a VIP treatment. No, he also sat on the same ground, because in the langar we all sit on the same level. Doesn't matter who is rich, who is poor, male or female. So this is also just conveying the same message. Don't discriminate. It is not healthy in spiritual life, in religious life. So even to the Akbar, Guruji said, or let him sit at the same level where everyone else was sitting. So Pangat is a very main pillar and very main concept in Sikhism, which conveys the message like all are equal. Pehla Pangat, Pache Sangat. Now, what used to happen, upper caste or people who belong to upper caste, they used to sit higher on the highest place, and lower caste people have to sit on the lower place. And the same kind of rule was applied in the term of Sangat as well. Religious Vedas, scriptures was available for high caste, upper class people, upper caste, not for scheduled caste. They were not allowed in the temple, as we just read Bhagat Namdev Ji's Shabad. They were not only allowed even, and they were not allowed to listen as well. In the history, we heard these kind of cases when a scheduled caste person heard religious scripture and they were killed. How can you listen? So, but Guru Sahib, when Guruji is preaching, when Guruji is conveying the message of Lord, so what did Guruji said? Khatri, Brahman, Sood, Vais, Upadesh, Chauvarna Kau Sanja. Khatri, Brahman, Sood, Vais. These were the four castes. Khatri, Brahman, Sood, Vais. Upadesh, Chauvarna Kau Sanja. Message is same for all. They all are sitting on the same level. Message is same for everyone. It's just up to them who can practice. And it happened in the reality. We can see, we have examples in Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. It is not only for saying. Guru Granth Sahib Ji is one of the biggest example we have. Guruji not only said no discrimination, even in practical we can see. People from the different languages, people from the different states, saints from the different religion. Actually, the religion is one. The one who is, if any person meets with the one, become one with the Lord, and that person is called religious, and it doesn't just fall into the one religion, we can say, then they convey the message for entire humanity. The real religious person is conveys the message for everyone. So, while adding the Gurbani in Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, Guruji did not look at their caste or their religion. Does they belong to Hinduism or Islam, or are they Sikhs? No matter. If light is there, if they are enlightened, that was the matter. There was the matter only. So in Guru Granth Sahib Ji, we can see different languages, like even here we are reading it's Gurmukhi, Upadesh Chauvarna Ko Sancha, Mohe Lagati Tala Beli, Hindi, Pad Pustak Sandhya Badan, Selpujjas Bagul Samadhan, Mukhchut Vipukan Sarang, Trapal Tehal Bicharak, Sanskrit. Yakkarj Guftam Peshto Dargosh Kun Kartar, Haka Kabir Kareem Tum Beab Parvadgar, Arabi. So different kind of languages. Murgai ne Sane, Sane, Rajasthani. So we are saying the message was there for everyone who can just walk on it. And once we go ahead, Guru Gobind Singh Ji also did the same thing, because humanity needed it the most. Humanity was just spread, or people were just killing each other because of the disease of discrimination. But Guruji, from Guru Nanak Sahib, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, everyone conveys the message, and they try to teach us no discrimination. When Guruji chose Panch Pyare, when they asked for a head, as we can see on the picture, these are the 5 dots, red dots. These all are the places from Panch Pyare belongs. First one, Bhai Daya Singh Ji. He was from Lahore, now which is in Pakistan. He was a shopkeeper. Daya Singh Ji. Then another one, second Pyara was Bhai Dharam Singh Ji. He was from Delhi, which was called Hastinapur at that time. He was a farmer. So see, all belong to different states, different cities, different occupations. By Himmat Singh Ji, it's just below Kolkata. Here we can see on the screen, Jagannath Puri, Odisha. So he was a cook in the house who used to prepare food. He is our third Pyara. Then fourth one is Dwarka in Gujarat. He was Lilari, the one who the same work that Bhagat Namdev Ji used to do. put some colors on the clothes, which is called in Punjabi lilari, fabric dryer, we can say, putting some colors. So this kind of work used to do. Then Bhai Sahib Singh ji, he was a barber, completely different occupation. So here we can see all belong to different states, different areas, different languages, different cities, different occupation. But Guru Gobind Singh Ji did not discriminate. They did not say anything about it. They chose. Actually, they again conveyed the same message so that we can look everyone with the same way, like all are equal. So even in today's society, governments are also working on it because they have also realized because of these things, society and humanity has suffered a lot. I was reading articles and words of one people. The one people are working in Singapore, so they are just working on the same thing. No discrimination, all religion are same, all people are same. They are working on these things. So here they showed about, they used the word these people. According to one people of Singapore, they said we don't realize whenever we are talking to someone or whenever we are mentioning, and if we are using a word these people, this is also part of discrimination. According to one people, they specifically mention this word these people. So knowingly or unknowingly, we are just doing it. And society also divided discrimination in basically 4 parts: direct discrimination, indirect, harassment, and victimization. Direct is whenever we are dealing directly, our verbal discrimination. Indirectly, whenever it doesn't, whenever we are making a rule which benefits some people and others don't. This kind of discrimination is called indirect. For example, if one person cannot walk, but rest all can walk, if the company make a rule according to them, those who can walk. So this is indirect. If they just want to, on the base of disability, there is some discrimination. So these kind of things to happen. So to come out of these things, different countries are also working on it. Here are just few examples about when countries are trying, government is trying to stop this discrimination. In United States also, they created some laws about it. In Australia, in India, because there was discrimination on the basis of gender. When female was working on the same position, she was getting less payment, less salary, but male was getting more. So in United States, in India, they made a rule about this as well. And the Civil Rights Act, so 1964, it is in active in Singapore. So they are also working on it. No discrimination on the basis of gender, on the nation, on the race, on the color, because sometimes we discriminate even on the basis of language. It's so subtle. Even we don't realize, but governments are also working on it. But one more thing, one critical thing, which is also important, we need to understand. When we say discrimination, sometimes we just flip with eligibility as well. That also we need to take care when it is a eligibility issue or discrimination issue. For example, if someone is looking for a doctor, there is a post of doctor, but if I don't have certain qualification, I won't able to get the job. So now it doesn't mean it's discrimination. This is eligibility criteria. Maybe there is a position of an engineer, maybe any civil service, anything else. So that also matters. That also we need to think, but it goes in 2 ways. Maybe sometimes we are putting it into the part of discrimination of eligibility that depends on the situation. Now, why does this happen? Why there is so much discrimination? Guruji says it is happening, it is there because of our ego. When we say I belong to upper caste and he is a lower class, then we are fulfilling our ego. There is a problem of ego as well, and it's our foolishness. Gurbani says, जात का गर्भ न कर मूर्ख गवारा, इस गर्भ ते चल है बहुत विकार. जात का गर्भ, don't proud on your caste. It's just because of ignorant. इस गर्भ ते चल है बहुत विकार. Not only one thing, because of this disease, because of this corruption, because of this sin, then a lot of more negative things will arise in our heart. जात का गर्भ न कर मूर्ख गवारा, इस गर्भ ते चल है बहुत विकारा. Many voices, not one, many voices will arise within us if we are so proud because of our caste, social class, or any other things. So by discrimination, we are dividing people, and whenever we are dividing, we are going against the religion, because religion always say stay together. They always spread values and virtues. So whenever we are doing it, Jat ka garab, so Guruji is just saying it's just our foolishness, maybe it's just our ignorant, or it's just our ego, because we want to fulfill our ego by saying they are lower. Indirectly also we just say I'm supreme, I'm superior. So is garab te chala bahut vikara. Because of this, we'll be in trouble for more and more and long time. So what is the solution? अवल अल्लाह नूर उपाया कुदरत के सब बंदे, एक नूर ते सब जग उपजया कौन भले को मंदे. So all are created by one. If we are facing a problem, for example, if I'm facing, yes, I'm getting discriminate, then also we can feel, yes, just one power, I'm just part of that one power. अवल अल्लाह नूर पाया कुदरत के सब बंदे. So all are made by just one power, all are one. Strengthen yourself, don't lose your self-esteem, don't lose your confidence. So in this way, even our family and friends also helps us to just make sure we don't lose our confidence within ourselves. If some once, twice, thrice, again and again, if we are getting discriminated, then we lose our self-esteem. We feel like I'm nothing, I don't have any quality. So for that, our friends, our family members, Qurbani is helping us, teaching us. Yes, Kudrat ke sab bande. Maybe people are doing it, maybe other people or society or any individuals are just discriminating with you, but in the eyes of Lord, all are one, all are same. So we must try, we must implement in us. एक नूर ते सब जग उपजया कौन भले को मनते. This is just one light, one power. He created anything, everything. He is the honor. Lord is the honor. He's one. So one has created everything. So we should not discriminate until unless we are practicing discrimination. Then there is a statement, जिनके भीतर है अंतरा, until unless we are discriminating. जैसे पस तैसे ओए नरा. Pus means an animal. So Guruji is saying until unless there is discrimination. So that person is just like an animal, is not able to see, he's not able to feel that all are one. And once we'll able to feel it, once we'll able to apply it, then only we can spread the real message of religion. Even in Guru Nanak Sahib Ji's life, not Guruji mentioned, Guruji did it practically as well. Guru Nanak Sahib Ji, in the first Udasi, he went to Pai Lalo. Pai Lalo Ji, if we talk on the basis of caste, he belonged to a lower caste. If we think in the way of money, he was the one of the poorest person of this village. He was poor, was low caste, but still Guruji lived in his house. Another point, Guruji went to Sangladip, today we call as Sri Lanka. The king of that area, his name was Shibnab, but he was also praying to Guruji. He was compassionate. He became religious. So Guruji met him. Guruji stayed at his house as well. So Guruji lived in the house of king. Guruji also lived in the house of a poor person. Upper caste or lower caste did not matter. The matter is, until unless we have discrimination, we cannot get closeness to Lord. Guruji is warning us, Guruji is telling us, Guruji is just giving us a warning or helping us, teaching us in whichever way we want to take it. But there are direct words in Guru Granth Sahib Ji, jinke pitar hai antara, until unless there is discrimination, jaise pas taise hoy nara, they are just like animal. So we need to work on it. We need to work on this pankti, ek noor te sab jag upajya. Anek hai, fir ek hai. There are different things, but there is only one light in everyone. Like we can make different kind of things with the same gold, maybe a ring, a chain, earrings or medals, but gold is the same. Lord is the same. The same power is in everyone, so we must respect it. So this is what Guruji is telling us, warning us, and just letting us understand that discrimination is not needed. We must go far from it. We must go far from it, because it is one of the biggest disease which is ruining our humanity, society, our spiritual path, our religious journey. But we need to be conscious about it. We need to take care about it, and we need to try to walk on the path of Almighty so that we can come out of this problem, because it happens automatically. I have seen whenever we are talking normally, so we just try to show. Maybe like points could be different. Sometimes we may just talk on the base of language, maybe on the base of nationality, maybe on the base of our education, on the base of our wealth, caste, or any other things. Actually, we just mention few things, but discrimination we are doing knowingly or unknowingly in many other ways. Sometimes even we don't realize, but we just hurt other people. We don't even realize what we are saying and what are the impact or consequences could be. So once again, we'll just summarize. Discrimination is just trying to create border within society, within people, within humanity. And religion is whenever we are just trying to clear that border. So anti-discrimination is needed. There is no place in the religion of discrimination. This is what Guruji did in his life. This is what Guruji is teaching us by his words in Guru Granth Sahib Ji, in the Gurbani as well. So we all just wish and pray. So while reading, while understanding, we may able to come out of this discrimination from this disease by His grace. So may Guruji bless us all. So now I request you all. So what do you think? What are our takeaways message from these Gurbani Panktis? How can we implement or how can we work on it? So what are your suggestions? What did you understand from these Gurbani Panktis from the history point of view? What idea did you get in your mind? So please don't be shy. Don't keep it with yourself. We always love to hear from you. So kindly share your words with all of us so that we all can get some more benefit from you, Sangat members. So I'm giving you the option. You can unmute yourself. Don't be shy. Kindly contribute. Kindly share your words with all of us. Thank you very much once again for your precious time, for joining. And now I request you, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Hanji Kartar Ji, unmuted.
Vaheguru.
Hanji Bhupinder Ji, you are unmuted. Would you like to share something?
Master Ji, don't mind. I like to ask you, this discrimination, I think it's very minor in Singapore with the young generation, but this is lecture must be lectured to the older generation in India. When we take a trip back to India, the village, all this, they are practicing very openly to the Sangat who visits their family members in the villages, all this and that. Because that has been a norm in them. They have been practicing, but it is quite a big problem for them to reform. That is what I would say. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you for your contribution, Bhupinder Ji. Thank you, Ji. Hanji Kartar Ji, you are unmuted. Would you like to share something, Ji?
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh, Master Ji.
Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh, Ji.
Discrimination, as how Bhupinder Ji said, is more in India than in Singapore. I would like to disagree little bit with him because I think it is also in Singapore, our older generation, they are still practicing it. The first thing they ask you is which temple you belong to. And the second thing, I clearly remember, I was looking for a boy for my daughter, and the few families that I talked to, they said no, just because my daughter was a bit darker. And they just said, nahi, kudi bahut kali hai.
On the base of color.
On the base of color. So there is discrimination even now. They don't say it openly, but indirectly they will ask you, which temple do you go to? And Singapore, as you know, there is the Singh Sabha, the Dharma Sabha, the Dwabe, the Malwe, and all the rich people in Katong and all that. So you can't say there is no discrimination. There is, but as you said, it is indirect discrimination. And even in government offices, you want to apply for a job and they'll say, we need only Chinese speaking. Only Chinese speaking can apply. So there is no way you can say there is no discrimination in Singapore. There is. On the other hand, why do we discriminate? I think it is all because we learn from our parents. Our parents has been doing it. Asi chijade, asi gella, asi siddu, asi sandu, whatever it is. We learn everything from our parents. And that is how our mindset has been built up. What we have to learn is, we have to take out all this from our mind, change our mindset, and learn how to be human. We must realize that everybody is human. Nobody would like to be humiliated, or especially the disabled. We like to just push them aside, say, or something like that, you know. Don't do it. Even nowadays, in temple in the mornings, when you want to give roti out, they will say, oh, the South Indians, let them come behind. The young boys, Punjabi boys must be right in front to get the roti. So don't say there is no discrimination. There is everywhere, even in temples. And it is all in our mind, especially this generation, I think is not so bad, but our older generation still has it. And we learn it from our parents. Learn how to be human, learn how to have a little bit of compassion, respect, trust. We all are humans, we all are going to one place, and there is red blood in all of us. Blood has no other color except red. Learn
Exactly.
how to have compassion and learn how to be patient and kind. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much, Masterji.
Thank you very much, Kartarji. Thank you very much for sharing your vision, for sharing your point of view. Yes, even if this happens in Bhagat Kabirji's life as well, when Brahma said like, you don't belong to us, you are a different caste, then Kabirji mentioned like, do you have milk in your veins, or I just have blood? So do you have milk or something else? So so these kind of shabads are also there in Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Yes, sometimes it's direct, sometimes it's indirect, but discrimination is happening. So we must remember, like, even not on the basis of Gurdwaras as well. Gurdwara is Guru the Dwar. So we should not divide into like areas or on the basis of the specific name or things. So even from first message of Guru Nanak Sahib Ji till Khalsa Pandi Sajna, again and again, Guruji just telling us, teaching us about just no discrimination. So I just feel so sad sometimes, like the same message is all Guruji is conveying us again and again. Still, we are not working on it. Still, we are not able to come out of it. Like what we are doing actually. So it's sad. Really.
Masterji, can I say a few words? This discrimination will be there as long as there's differences existing in this world, whether you're in Singapore, India, any part of the world. Differences are there. It's very hard to overcome it, and then it takes plenty of time. Either the young people will overturn and change to a better way of life. That is what I'm trying to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Bhupenderji, and really thank you very much, Kartarji. You also mentioned very salient point. Yes, we have, sometimes we are just giving this disease from our family. Like we are just putting these kind of thoughts to children. So that also we need to think and work on it. So really appreciate your words. Thank you very much, Kartarji. Haji Harcharanji, you are also unmuted. Would you like to share something, Ji?
Actually, I think that the discrimination is within us, individuals. I think not everybody has that nature, but most of us have. It's our nature, I think. It's just our nature. We have even discrimination within our own siblings as well. Some siblings don't like another sibling, whereas that particular sibling will be liking all the other siblings. So it depends on the nature. I think it's your nature. It's very sad. It's very sad. It's ingrained, not by our parents. I mean, our parents never taught them that way. But they are, in a family, you find discrimination. Don't go too far. Look at your own family. In your own relatives, there's some discrimination. People don't like certain, even your own relatives, cousins and all. I mean, they may be outwardly saying, okay, very good, but inwardly, I mean, you're a nice fellow. If you're a nice person, you look very well, but you do not know what the other person's nature is like, So, we have to really think of our own self. If we are good, I don't think you look at anybody at all. And as I said, there was two, last week or week before last, I think I heard from you saying it, or somebody else was saying it in some Gurdwara, I can't remember, where he says the one person was supposed to look for the worst person. He gave them 1 year. You're going to call me the worst. Is it something? I think somebody can't pronounce the name also. So
yes.
He said, okay, you find the worst person, and one person you find the best person. the fellow who's a bad himself, he is that nature such a way, he doesn't like anybody, he's full of discrimination in his heart. He went after one day, he said, there's nobody is good, I can't find anybody good. The other fellow there who was supposed to look for somebody bad, he said, there's nobody bad, I can't find anybody bad, everybody is good. So it's exactly, basically it's in your nature, you know. You have to go far, look for in this country or country, it's inside you. So, changa which you want to use. But if you're unfortunate, you start using the bad, that's it, your problem, you're going to suffer. But you don't realize it. You think it's good. You think you're a hero. It's not. You don't realize it. It's in the long run, you will suffer. You know, I think you definitely suffer if you are that kind of nature. I don't know. It's a very, very difficult question. And Guru Nanak said, of course, Guru Nanak is there to teach us, you know, so kyo manda khe, just jameja rajan, you know. And I say Bhagat Kabir also, and Bhagat Namdev ji, all these sakhiyan are there. And because this is to teach people like us, you know, that you don't discriminate. Although it's obviously in nature, but you just try. And who can reform? And those people who are, some people don't go to this kind of sermons. I mean, how many people are listening to the lecture? They only have 23. There's 23, but look how many people are in our group. They're more than 100.
Yes.
So your nature will remain with you if you don't reform. I don't know. It's very, very, very tough question. Although it may look very simple superficially, but it's very, very tough and very deep inside. It's ingrained in everybody. So in of course, the government is there trying to bring in England, I remember there was the Race Relation Act. They passed the Race Relation Act because there's no discrimination against the race. The black people cannot get a job here, and Chinese people cannot get a job here, only whites. They passed the Race Relation Act against that. But how can they're still there? Okay, I want to ask you again, but regarding the Muslim religion, according to them that I don't know whether it's really in the Quran or whether it's just a Sharia law where they say that they tell the non-Malays, the non-Muslims something else, and the Muslims a different version, and different thing, you know. Like they say, when they're together, you know, they discriminate among themselves. They encourage people to discriminate against Muslims. But when they outside, they say we mustn't discriminate. We must be good people and all. But actually, I don't wish it. I have come across these facts that they have one law for themselves and a different law for themselves. So where do you go from there? Like in India now, Christians are all going out to convert most of the Sikhs there to become Christians by giving them. I don't know what do they achieve by making 100,000 more Christians? What do they get? Okay, there may be 100,000 Christians. So what? What do you get? You convert me to a Christianity and you give me all that I require. Okay, I'm happy. After I got the thing, I just go back to my Sikhism. If I'm a rational person, I'll go back. You know what I mean? But if I'm not rational, I will remain there and produce children and make them more Christian thing. I don't know where the world is going to. So the only thing is go to Gurbani, do Naam Jap, Vandashaka, Naam Japa, Kirtakara, and all of this, and that's it. Live your life happily. Okay, Vaheguru Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Thank you very much, Charanji, for sharing your words. Yes, and thank you very much, Ranjit. You also mentioned in the comment box, yes, ego breeds discrimination. Ego is there. So because of ego, also we are facing a lot of problems. Yes, this is also there, and like on many ways, we are just trying to work that the thing that we are talking about. So this is, we can say, highest state of the mind, highest value or highest stage where we can reach when there is no discrimination. So in one or another way, it is there in us, but that is why we are reciting the name of the Lord. We are reading Gurbani. We are discussing about Gurbani topics so that we can fight with these vices and we can be the one Gurbani is teaching us. Gurbani baniye, as Guruji says, whatever Gurbani is saying, be the one. So as of now, maybe like I am the one who is speaking about it. Maybe sometimes we are just listening about it, but by speaking and by listening, we are trying to walk on the path where we can be the one, whatever we are listening, whatever we are talking, whatever we are speaking. So for that, definitely grace is needed, but actions are also, I will say actually actions are more important as of now. If we take some actions, then grace is there for sure. So really appreciate, thank you very much for sharing your views. Hanji, any other Sangat member who would like to contribute? So please don't be shy. Hanji, Hanji Palji, you are unmuted ji.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh Ji. Thank you for a beautiful lecture. I think the thoughts that were shared by everybody was very remarkable. Mainu ek shabad yaad aa gaya, sab gobind hai, gobind bin nahi koe. I think that's a beautiful shabad that says everything and everywhere we look, because you were talking about that oneness, you were talking about the light, you were talking that we are all are equal, but it is human nature that we all discriminate against each other. And the other thing, you mentioned a lot about governments. I do not know whether it was in the recent newspapers or not, because I haven't been catching up with the news for the last few days. But just 2-3 days ago, I think the good news that has come up on TV is that in Singapore, at least, if anybody is discriminated against at the workplace, whether it's in terms of their age, nationality, sex, race, or disability, they are going to, by next year, 2024, table a new legislation that is going to make sure that no one will be discriminated against at workplace, because you can be, you can ask for redress and you can get compensation, both in terms of monetary and non-monetary terms, of even up to 30,000 Singapore dollars, and formal apologies have to be given by the bosses. So I think we are living in a wonderful country in that sense, because our pledge already says regardless of race, language, or religion. And I understand that some of the speakers who spoke earlier in terms of Mandarin speaking and job opportunities that we have as people who do not have Mandarin as our first language, there are certain such issues going on. So it's good that today this topic came up, because just 2 days ago, with this new announcement, although it is just a recommendation by the committees that are working on removing discrimination, but I think one of these days, maybe by next year itself, this will be in the legislation. So hopefully that will cure up the whole mess that we are having. The only other thing that comes to my mind when we talk about it is, as an individual, even if we are discriminated against, regardless of whether it's at work or play, anywhere, I think there's a beautiful Gurbani Shabad that says, "Je koi nind kare har jan ki, apna gun na gawawe." Because I have a lot of young people who I sent a lot of resumes. I went for a lot of interviews and I'm not getting the jobs that I want, or maybe even the salary being offered, it's a little bit lesser than other people, just because they want me to say no to that job. They are not even offering me the same amount. So it is affecting the confidence level and the self-esteem of a lot of young people. So apana guna na gawawe simply says to not allow these external circumstances, although I know they are very, very, crucial in today's times, to have a good job, have a good salary, and have whatever not. But Guruji says, if other people are not giving you the due respect and the level of respect that you deserve, you in your own eyes do not lose that self-respect for yourself. And as I said, sab gobind hai, hopefully we can put into practice. And for that note, maybe today you started the lecture beautifully by talking about Pandijamiye, Pandanimiye, Pandamangal, how Pando, where dosti Pando chala raho. But until today, I think some people have already mentioned there are discriminations in the Punjabi, the Sikh community, not just in Singapore, even in India. And I think one of the topic, maybe it's a full topic by itself, but the equality of women, it is still lacking, even within our Sikh society. Just to let you know, I go for 15-20 different Zoom meetings every week, and in another channel where a lot of you can say American, Canadian, and other diaspora Sikhs are coming together. For the last 3 weeks, last 3 Sundays, we have been just talking about how to remove that that inequalities, where gender inequalities among Punjabis and Sikhs are. And one of the biggest points that came up is even in the Gurdwara committees and all that, forget about outside Sikh religion, there is not an equal representation of the female voices. So maybe that's another topic we need to look at. We have come up with a lot of solutions among those international diaspora Sikhs. So maybe that's something even in Singapore we need to look at. And I just thought maybe I'll share that with you. And to conclude, I'll just share that one line of another Shabad that says, Sabay Kate Ram Bole, Rama Bole, Ram Binako Bole Re. In every heart, there is only that one Lord. There is no one else. And as good Sikhs, maybe what you can do silently is to print out these Shabads with their English meanings and put it on your desk at your workplace. So when your colleagues walk by, they will ask you, wow, where did you get such a quotation? And not only we can introduce the good virtues and the values in the Sikhi, but slowly but subliminally as they walk by your table, as they walk by your desk at workplace, if they see Gurbani quotations like this with the English meaning standing out, chances are they will think twice before they discriminate against any fellow Sikh or anyone else in their life at all too. So I thank you once again for these golden opportunities. Let us remember, in a way, we are still living in a very good community, very good society in Singapore, at least, regardless of race, language, or religion. And as I mentioned, by next year, $30,000 fine could be put into employers who allow such things. But within our hearts, let's all pray that we lead such good examples that people will ask us, what is so special in the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji that you look at everyone as equal? And then we can say, yes, all the 35 holy people who have had their contributions to the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji were from so many beautiful, varied backgrounds, like you have already covered in your lecture. I thank you once again, Pulla Chukadi Mafi. Thank you once again. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa.
Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Ji, thank you very much, Pal Ji, for sharing your knowledge and putting some more Gurbani Panktis for our better understanding. So really appreciate your efforts. You always have something to add. You always have something to say. We all feel so happy to hear you. Really, thank you very much, Pal Ji.
Thank you, sir.
And any other Sangat member Ji who would like to share or add or any suggestion, any feedback, anything in your mind? So please don't be shy. Hanji. Any other Sangat member Ji who would like to share something, Ji? Okay, so request you all, kindly unmute yourself. So let's all say Guru Fateh together. And thank you very much for joining, for giving your precious time and sharing your words, sharing your knowledge, and really appreciate your efforts. And let's all say all together, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Nanak Uttam Neech Na Koi. Yes, we can apply this Pankti as well. Nanak Uttam Neech Na Koi. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Thank you, Master Ji.
Thank you very much.